Hello, everybody. Welcome to Bingo. I know it's been a hot while since I've hosted, but I thought, what the heck? Hello, Miss Joe. Thank you for sharing me out. I appreciate it. We'll give it a minute or two and see who all comes in. But I figured we'd do 5 ball because it has not been played from anyone in a while. So I'll just give it a moment or two for people to say hello. We're here. I do know with pop-up bingos, usually takes a little longer before people realize, oh, someone's having bingo right now. Because, they're not usually looking for us. So yeah, that's true. Sometimes it takes a minute or two. And I think a squirrel got in my garden. I do have a little greenhouse on my balcony. I just gotta kind of try and clean it off a little because of all the jackhammering and stuff they've been doing on the property. But I'm thinking I'm going to get the greenhouse over the next, hopefully, few days cleaned off. And then I'm going to somehow move everything into the greenhouse. I do know we can self-pollinate our flowers. So I'm not too worried there. I'll just have to use Q-tips and, carefully go from one flower to the other to pollinate because that way I can keep it closed. Which unfortunately then means, okay, the squirrels can't get in, but it also means the bees can't get in. I did try and take a few of the radishes that were pulled out of, like, derooted from the dirt and kind of gently try to stick them back in the dirt. So we'll see if they'll survive. My tomato plant was definitely the most heartache of everything that got destroyed. They literally took the one tomato that I had growing off and ate part of it, and then like literally ate everything from the inside out and left the shell and left it on the ground beside the pot, which was so heartbreaking. They snapped my tomato plant right in half. So I did was I took the tip section, which still looked really healthy, and I cut it on an angle, and then I got a small little tin bowl type thing, and I put it with some water in it, and then I put 2 toothpicks into the stem of the piece I clipped off, and I have it sitting in the water, hoping that, that stem section will start to root, because I know all the way up a tomato plant, up the main stalk of it, there's little fuzzies that will grow into root the more you have them in dirt and stuff. So I'm hoping over the next day or two that will root again and start developing roots where I can then put it in the dirt and get my plant growing again in the greenhouse. Okay, Anna Marie, hi, welcome, honey. I don't have 5 numbers for you. I'm almost certain of it. Let me double check my book. No, Anna Marie, I do not have 5 numbers, so if you want to go ahead and put them in the chat, I would appreciate it. I'll get you in the book. So, and then since I've got 2 here, I'll get started in a moment once Anna Marie gives me numbers. You want one down? Perfect. Okay, everybody. I wish you guys good luck. Let's give the board a quick shuffle. Oh, may help I stayed on that screen and didn't change. Okay, good luck, everybody. Here we go.
31. 29. 34.
Oh, look at that. I already got 2.
49.
And do remember, I play on one device, so
9.
It takes a moment to switch back and forth from one screen to another. So once you guys yell bingo, it will take me a minute to switch over to the board
24.
and, pause it and stuff. But I will get to it. Don't worry.
72. 26.
So how's Anna Marie doing these days?
63.
Hi, Mr. Bill, honey. How are you? Oh, yes, you may play.
75.
Okay, I'll get you in my book, honey.
16.
And I do believe you have your regular numbers, 15, 28, so on and so forth.
70.
Oh, no, you've changed your numbers. Okay.
1.
15, 21, 28,
65.
63, and 74. Okay, so you got rid of your 53
19.
for 21. Okay, have to remember that. Well, Anna Marie's
61.
got 2.
60. 51. 39. 58.
Well, Anna Marie's got 3.
20. 73. 17. 13. 7. 56. 4. 42. 50. 34. 66. 15. 5.
Bill's got 2.
52. 71. 69.
Hey, Norma, honey, welcome in. Could you wait
14.
till next game, please? I have people already with 3, and I need your 5-ball numbers. I only have you in my book with 10, no 5. So if you get that in the chat, I'll have you all ready for next round.
10. 62. 18. 8. 64. 25. 53. 35. 21. 59.
Bill's got 3.
32. 28. 27. 46.
Bill's got 4.
22. 54.
Anna Marie's got 4.
55. 2.
Hey, Juju, hun, can you wait till the next game? I'd
23.
appreciate that, and welcome in.
6. 57. 47. 43.
Thank you.
33. 12. 11. 67. 31. 68.
And we have
37.
a bingo. And that'd be for Anna Marie, and her numbers are 1, 16, 31, 46, and 61. Congratulations. I also know Miss Joe has a bingo with 8, 24, 37, 54, and 68. And let me just double check the chat and see if there was anybody else. Okay, so we got Anna Marie. At least I do believe that was Joe's numbers, even though she hasn't put it in yet. I do believe she kept her same numbers as always. Yeah, 8, 24, 37, 54, 68. I called it for you, Joe. I don't know what you're doing, but I got your bingo. Okay, Miss Norma, I need your 5 numbers, please. And then Juju. Yeah, I don't have you in my book. You must be new to me. So let me get you in my book as well. Juju. And Miss Juju, I need 5 numbers from you too, please. So if you two could please get those numbers in, I would appreciate it very much. Okay. Come on, guys. Get your numbers in. Okay. Thank you, Miss Norma. And you're right here. Your numbers are 15, 20, 30. I should have known these numbers are your regulars. And 75. Okay, if you put them in the post, hon, that's actually for starting for next month. But I should have known your numbers. They're the same. But I have you in my book, so you're all good to go, sweetheart. And I need Juju. Get me some numbers, sweetie, so we can get going. Or I'm going to start the board. You have to wait till the following game. It's up to you. Yeah, I got you, Miss Joe. I knew you had a bingo. Yeah, I did confirm it already for you. I don't know if you ran off to get a drink or the bathroom or whatever, but you're very welcome. Okay, that's for 10 ball. I need your 5 ball, sweetie. We're doing 5 ball today. 4 and 10 for your 10 ball. Perfect. Oh, no problem, Joe, honey. I figured you got sidetracked for a moment. Okay, you want row 10 for your 5-ball? Perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and clear the board and get the next game going. Okay. Reset the numbers.
37.
No, stop.
45.
Ah. Okay, reset. I tried a different layout for the board, and I think I got to put it back the way it used to be. Okay, let's get started, and good luck, everybody.
18.
You put them in the post. Thank you very much. The post technically is for the starting of September 1st, but I'm glad you put them in there. Thank you. And just a reminder, everybody, my post is up. I have a spot for 5 numbers and 10. I do not play 15. I host 15 ball, but I do 5 and 10.
61.
So you guys have a couple weeks to get those numbers into there. Especially if I already have you in my book, then you're still good for this
66.
month. Hubby's got another week of holidays coming in the beginning of September.
29.
And then after September's holidays, because we'll be gone again another 9 days roughly,
48.
I'm hoping to post or play more bingo for you guys. So,
35.
Summer holidays and busy with the garden and trying to get caught up on YouTube
38.
that for 2 different months I got behind because of being on holidays. So it's been busy summer. Uh-oh, what happened to my board?
15.
Oh, there it goes. And then you guys well know that a lot of crocheting and
23.
knitting and learning some new techniques and designing a new cardigan. It's been keeping me busy.
51.
Mr. Bill's got 1. And how's Tina doing, Mr. Bill? And do you guys still have the puppy that I can imagine
36.
is no longer a puppy? That dog's got to be getting huge.
1.
Well, thank you, Juju. I appreciate it.
14. 12. 3. 53. 39.
Oh, moly. Oh, goodness.
60.
The puppy's gotten so big. But that's a life. That's what they
68.
do. And I'm glad to hear Tina's doing good.
64. 9. 65.
Yeah, I remember when the puppy was only like 8 or 9 pounds. It was just a little thing. And running around the house like it was a nut and up the stairs and, was first being trained. It was a wild puppy, that's for sure.
54. 33. 16. 19. 63.
Yeah, Buller, they're definitely a very beautiful breed of dog.
40.
I gotta agree with you on that one, Juju. Bill's got 2.
22. 59. 75. 55. 10.
And just a reminder for those who may not know, on Saturday,
72.
upcoming Saturday, Miss Joe's deciding to do a marathon bingo.
37.
I believe you're starting at noon or in around then, Joe? But she's going to see how long all day
7.
she can host bingo. Now, are you just doing 15 or are you going to do all three? Do like an
25.
hour 5, an hour 10, an hour 15 and keep rotating it? Oh, and Miss Joe's got a bingo.
67.
Okay, Miss Joe's numbers. Miss Joe, you do not have a bingo. What are you talking about there, girlie? Oh, at noon, okay. Oh, you're just doing 15, okay. Why did I just thought I saw a bingo? Okay, continue on, everybody. Sorry about that.
30.
Yeah, so she's going to start at noon.
2.
Eastern time. And she's going to go all as long as she can for, a big marathon and
20.
see who can all come in and how long we can hang with her for the day. Juju's got 4.
21.
Norma's got 3.
27.
Norma's got 4. Yeah, Juju,
71.
you'd be starting at 11 if you want to start when she first starts. Bill's got 3.
56.
Well, Juju's waiting for 70.
69.
Ooh, now that was just mean.
62. 50. 74.
Oh, Juju, that caller's being nasty.
49. 46.
Oh, I am? Okay, Jojo.
70.
Bill's got 4.
17. 42. 47.
Okay, Miss Juju, okay, my board went blank for a second.
4.
Miss Juju, where are you? Okay. I do believe I saw it in there. Yeah, there's Miss Juju's bingo. And Juju is row 10 down. So we know it's 10, 25, 40, 55, and 70. Let's double check the chat. Now, you guys do realize, though, when you watch it on StreamYard, it is a little slower than watching it on the YouTube side. So it sometimes takes us a second to see you guys put it in. Let's just double check to make sure it's Juju. Yeah, it was definitely bouncing around your numbers, but it finally decided, okay, I give up, I surrender, I'll play. Anyways, Juju's the only one I see. So we're going to go ahead and reset the board. Confirm. We'll give it a shuffle, everybody. And good luck to you all.
6.
About a 4-ball difference? Wow.
54.
I'm sorry about that, guys.
35.
I'll try next time maybe do my live via on the YouTube side, not the StreamYard side.
71. 18. 74.
I know it's not, but it does make
64.
it frustrating some days. That's why I like when I only have a smaller group of people playing.
Eight.
Especially if I'm I know your guys, most of your numbers off pretty well, then it makes it easy too, because I can
60,
kind of watch the board myself and know when we're getting close. Mr. Bill's got 1.
53, 69, 55, 38,
Well, if you guys hear the train, I apologize.
56,
I live really close to a train track, and because it's above ground, I guess you could say,
28.
because you actually can drive under it, just the road next to me. So I'm on the 3rd floor balcony,
4,
and when I'm on my balcony looking towards the train track, it's like the train track actually seems like it's just a smidge higher than my balcony. Mr. Bill's got 2. So yeah, and
43,
unfortunately here in our city we've got issue with people being on this track in particular. Like, I know
40,
the one day the train came through, and the moment it came around the bend, and that's when you start to hear it, it blared his horn, and it went about 8 blocks down, and it was still constant on its horn. I thought, oh, people,
70.
get the heck off the tracks. Like, we're having a big issue right now in the city with
24.
that. Well, Bill's got
19.
3. Bill really wants this one, guys. Watch out.
1, 7,
Juju's got 3. She's going to challenge you, Bill.
68, 32, 5,
It's a cargo train.
61,
If you go before the bend, about 5 or 6 blocks is where our train station is, and we have
46,
actually passenger train, the GO train, but it only goes to the station. It doesn't go beyond the station towards me. But we do have passenger trains as well, like I said, the GO train,
57,
which goes from here to Burlington and Toronto. And then we also have a GO train, but it goes on a different track.
67,
Although I don't know exactly where it would go. But I do believe we have a GO train that goes from here to Niagara Falls as well. I know we have a bus, but I'm thinking, do we have a train
62,
that goes from here to Niagara Falls? That'd be a good question. I don't know. I may have to investigate on that one just for the heck of it, but I do know it goes from here to Toronto. But it only goes to the
65,
train station itself. Beyond it, it's just cargo as far as I know. I've only ever seen cargo go by.
16,
And then the holiday train in late November, early December. And Miss Norma's
27.
got 2.
3,
And I think the biggest cargo train I've gone by, counting the 3 engines, was 98 cars
21.
in total, counting the 3 engines. So it would have been 95 cars and then 3 engines on top of that. I think it's the biggest
73.
one I've ever counted. I don't think legally on our tracks they can get over 100.
13,
What, Joe's got 4. Bill's got 4. Because I don't think I've ever seen a train over 100 here. And that's because there are spots where they're on a bridge, like, or an overpass over roads. And then there's other spots where the train's actually crossing live roads.
34, 63,
Yeah, we are
75,
years ago here in the city. This is well before I became part of the city, where we're
59.
2-tier city. Oh, Mr. Bill's got a bingo. And Mr. Bill's numbers are 15, 21, 28, 63, and 74. Congratulations, Mr. Bill. That is a good bingo. Let me just check the chat for a moment, see if there's anybody else. I do think Mr. Bill is the only one. Okay, it looks like Bill is the only one I'm seeing here. You are very welcome, Bill. So we're going to go ahead and reset the board. Confirm. And good luck, everybody.
38.
Okay. From what I understand what the history of my city is, we are technically a two-tier city.
25.
So I live in the lower part of the city, which is off of Hamilton Bay, which is off of Lake Ontario.
7.
Okay, this is where Hamilton started, was originally the lower part of the city. We have a
63.
significant escarpment all throughout our whole city and our little...
13.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys understand, like in Toronto, there's Scarborough, there's York and other parts
72.
of Toronto. Hamilton's the same idea. There's Hamilton, but then we have Ancaster, Stony Creek, Binbrook,
14.
And other smaller little parts that is classified as part of Hamilton. And we've got this huge escarpment that goes from way beyond Ancaster through Hamilton, Binbrook, Grimsby, all that kind of stuff. That was above this escarpment was classified as the upper city now.
57.
Beforehand, that used to be all farmland. Okay, so the city, when it got developed originally, it was just
61.
the lower part of the city, pretty much where I live now. I'm in the old part of the city.
45.
Now, from what I understand, if you lived up on the farmer part of the plateau, whatever,
73.
the top of the escarpment, there was dolly type things, and there was only a couple spots along the mountain barrel. You got in these little things that came down like a cable car. Did your shopping, like where our one main mall is downtown. It used to be an open
24.
field market, and that place is huge, and it then became an indoor market and then got developed
10.
into other stores. Juju's got 2, but you come down the escarpment on these little dolly cars
14.
type things, cable cars, did your shopping, and then took your cable car back up to go home. Well, then after that,
31.
they here in the city, especially the lower part of the city, I think it was, I don't think it was in the upper, they had cable cars that drove on the road. I don't know about how long they were here. They were pretty popular for, Juju's got 4 already, guys. She's just running with it.
18.
But they had the cable cars. It went up a couple of the main roads that we have in our city. And they were around for many years from what I understand. Then they took out the cable cars, they took out the tracks, then paved the whole road. Well, now they want to put this LRT in, which more or less is another form of the cable cars going through our roads. So they're going to dig up all these roads again, same roads that the cable cars were on originally, by the way. They're closing down a lot of buildings and homes and the city's buying out like everything.
54.
Oh, bingo for Miss Juju. And Miss Juju that was a quick one, sweetie. Juju is 10, 25, 40, 55, and 70. And I'm pretty certain she is the only one. Let me just double check real quick. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Juju's going to be the only one. So we are going to go ahead and reset. That was a fast game, sweetie. Let's give it a quick shuffle for the heck of it. Good luck, everybody.
23.
So as they want to do this LRT route thingy, it's going to pretty much go from one end of the city to the other on the lower part of the city. It's only going to have a few stops throughout, kind of thing. But the thing is, the roads it wants to go on, there's almost every other block has a stoplight.
68.
And they're still going to be able to drive on these 2 roads because they're main roads, like from one end of the city. These are main highly trafficked roads. So I don't know, because this thing's going to go like a block and have to stop. Then go another block and have
71.
to stop. And I think it's stupid. I think if anything, the city would have been smarter to do. I know they've got them like in Japan and stuff like that, and other Asian type countries where they have the train, but it's on, instead of a track, it's on rail type thing, and it's above ground, like, you know, you go up a set of stairs or escalators,
34.
whatever, and it goes above all the roads. And I think
49.
that would make more sense for us. I'm trying to think what the heck those trains are called, because it's still a form of a train. It's just it doesn't ride on tracks. It rides on a rail type idea.
26.
And that way it's not, they wouldn't have had to get rid of all these buildings they're slowly getting rid of, the city's buying, which my husband and my son are paying for the city to buy. And yet we don't use the public transit because we have a personal vehicle.
5.
So like we're paying for something we're never going to use, which is BS, I think, in my opinion.
38.
I don't like the idea of this LRT coming in. Or yeah, great, bring it in, but the monorail, it's like a monorail type idea.
20.
I think it would be a smarter idea. It's above ground, like above the actual roads. And I do know those work pretty good. And that way they're not dealing with traffic and, you know, cars going from one lane all the way across to the other lane because they got to turn soon or whatever, park on whatever side of the road. And they don't have to deal with stoplights and stuff like that.
67.
I personally think a monorail would be a much smarter idea. I would actually go on it just to say I've been on it.
25.
But no, we're going to tear up all these roads that we've already torn up to get rid of the tracks, just to put new tracks in, and they don't have to hit all these lights. And we're noticing a lot of the buildings that have closed, we think they're going to widen both roads that this
22.
train's going to go on. Or, like, we're not 100% even sure, but there's still other ones that have,
63.
you know, buildings that are still there, the stores that are still there. So this is a progress that hopefully I'll never see
55.
finish. But what a mess it's going to make over the years.
37.
But yeah, so like I said, right now, I from my place, I only see the cargo train, but I do, if I'm out and about, see the GO train. And sooner or later, I'm going to see the other train, maybe. Who knows? It's like, I don't know. I just know that, like, we have what's called a Presto Pass. The card. Oh, did my bingo?
39.
Once in a while, I keep thinking my bingo board paused on me. And we got like it's called a Presto Pass, and you load it up with money. Oh, Norma's got 2, Joe's got 4, and then we can use our Presto Pass. My son's
69.
got one on our city buses and on our GO buses. So, like, if my son all of a sudden decided he wants to go to
54.
Toronto on the bus, he can use the same pass and use it. So when they put this train, this
60.
city train thingy in, whatever the heck you want to call it, LRT, bingo for Miss Joe.
3.
You can also use your Presto Pass on it too, from what I understand. Anyways, Joe's numbers are 8, 24, 37, 54, and 68. Congratulations, Joe. That's a good bingo. Let's just double check the chat quickly to see if she's the only one, which I think she is. Looks that way. So we're going to go ahead and reset the board. And good luck, everybody.
23.
And like another thing that really irks me, I guess is a good way to put it, is
72.
we have a bus. It's called the King Bus because it's the number 1 bus. It runs up the 1 main road all the way up to whatever point, and then turns around and comes back down the other road. That one hits like
13.
all the bus stops all along the way, which is every block, block and a half, 2 blocks or whatever. Then we have another bus, which is called
52.
Do we have? No, I guess not. I guess it's only the King Bus you get along there. Because the
35.
B line's on Delaware. Yeah, I guess it is only that one bus. So yeah, it's more or less just to help stops, and you only get certain
40.
stops then. But
62.
yeah, same idea, Juju. Which is nice, because then like you can load it up, and then you know you can use it on different transit stuff. The only thing we can't use it on is our cabs
34.
or our Uber driver thingies, whatever. So
24. 21.
and Miss Juju is sitting with 1. Oh, Mr. Bill's got 1.
54.
But yeah, I think if it was like a monorail type of train they're going to put in for us to
42.
use, which will only have so many stops along the way, I think would make a whole lot more sense
59.
than digging up roads they've already dug up to take out the tracks, to just dig them up and put new tracks in.
27.
And our roads, as of right now, are crap anyways, these roads they want to use. So maybe they'll get
63.
repaid, which would be nice.
5.
Oh, wow, Juju. Miss Norma's got 3. Or 1, sorry. Mr. Bill's got 3.
36.
But yeah, like I said, I'm in my 50s now, so who knows if I'll ever
69.
see it. It was supposed to be done within 10 years, and that was 15 years ago
70.
now. Hello, BJ Hun. Can you wait till next game? I would appreciate it. Let me just
58.
double check my book here. BJ. BJ, I've got you down for
45.
row number 9 for 5 ball. So Juju's
17.
got 2. But yeah, like I said, I don't know if we're ever going to really get it, or if my husband and I will ever get to see it.
31.
But yeah, for my place, I only get cargo trains I see from my balcony. But they're sometimes
40.
neat to watch, especially ones that are fancily, like, got graffiti on them, and it's nice looking graffiti. And yes, that does exist.
20.
I know it's hard to believe.
65.
And that's always kind of neat to see. And sometimes you can tell, like, where these cars are from because
51.
they'll tag them a certain way or whatever. And now, we have in the city, I'm trying to think what train company it is.
8. 6.
Um,
64.
we have CNN train, and then we have another one, and I can't remember which one it is. But I do know we have 2
36.
different trains that are in our city. We also have the one passenger train that goes Canada wide, and
71.
I don't remember which company that one is either.
57.
Kind of talked to the hubby about it because, you know, we got just a couple more years till our 25th anniversary.
33.
And originally I wanted to do something else, but I don't think we're going to do that now. So I was thinking, hey, I would love to do the
39.
train across coast to coast kind of thing.
55.
Yep, I do the same thing, Juju. If I'm outside, I'll sit
9.
there and count them. Just for something to do. And because when it comes around the bend,
67.
so you hear obviously before you see it, and then right on the bend, if the car, like the train car, is loaded and it's heavy, oh, the squealing noise,
30.
brutal.
38.
But it's like some days the train goes whipping by, and then other days it's quite
74.
quiet. Like there's days I'll be sitting here and all of a sudden I'll go in the kitchen, say to, you know, grab a coffee or whatever,
11.
and all of a sudden I'll sit there and think, there's a train going by right now? Didn't even notice.
32. 7.
Mr. Bill's got 4, Juju's got 4.
37. 25. 41. 18. 19.
Well, Miss Juju's got bingo. And Miss Juju's numbers again are 10, 25, 40, 55, and 70. Congratulations. That's a good bingo. Let me just double check, see if there's anybody else. Oh, Norma had 4. I'm sorry, sweetie. Oh, I think Juju's the only one. That's all I see in the chat. Give it just a second, like you guys know, StreamYard chat is a little slower than the YouTube side. Yes, you're row 1. Oh, you won 2, BG? I'm sorry, honey. What did I have you down again? This is 9, right? Yeah. Okay, everybody. You can play this round, and let's reset the board. And good luck, BJ. Hopefully your numbers will come out again for you, sweetie. And good luck, everybody.
7.
Yeah, and
57.
BJ's was row 9.
59. 67. 23.
Kids should be due to go back to school too soon, right, Norma? And I believe
66.
both kids are going to the same school this year.
30. 51. 40. 42. 63.
Another 2 weeks.
43.
I know for our kids, they'd be going back to school on. I don't even
35.
friggin' know, to be honest with you. My calendar's over there.
55.
Okay, if the 6th is Sunday, the 5th. I think
27.
my kids here in Ontario go back on the September 7th for elementary.
3.
How long were the kids gone for, Norma? And Norma's got one.
24.
The 8th? No, I think our kids go back on the 7th.
70.
Yeah, our kids go back on the 7th. First Monday after Labor Day.
41.
But I don't have to worry about that no
72.
more. My niece and nephew. Oh, my niece actually starts college in a couple weeks. It's like so
58.
excited for her and my nephew. And these are the 2 I used to babysit. He starts grade 10 this
47.
year, and it's like, wow.
50.
Nice.
5.
Juju's got
74.
3. It's about to give Juju 7.
45.
Yeah, I thought it was
29.
coast to coast because you're out in the West Coast, are you not, BJ?
64.
If I'm not wrong, you're like far west. Like way at the far end.
71.
Am I correct on that, sweetie? I believe, for some reason, believe you and I've had this conversation before about where you live.
9. 4.
Yeah, and I thought it was. Yeah, I thought so, honey.
21.
Yeah,
10.
it's amazing how quickly the kids grow up, and then you sit there and think, oh my goodness, like, I miss the school years, but I don't
48.
miss the school years, you know? Bill's got 3.
13.
Oh, okay.
60.
Juju's got 4. Mr. Bill's got 3.
6. 49.
You tell her, Bill.
34.
BJ's got 2.
75. 11. 26. 53.
Oh, that's good. That's definitely one thing I don't miss is the
62.
school shopping. But it doesn't help either that both my my older son wasn't a big deal because he lived with his
73.
dad for high school. My younger son lived here at home for all of school. And
52.
I look at their grade 8 grad photos of me, them with me on both their graduations.
22.
They were both the same height when they both graduated high school. Or elementary school, sorry. Then in high school, they both said, nope, let's shoot up like crazy. And I sit there and I think, like, when my older son went to his dad's, because he moved to his dad's mid-grade 8, I knew he was going to be tall. I didn't think his brother was going to be taller, but I knew my older son was definitely going to be over the 6-foot mark. Like, I felt it. And I thought, thank goodness his dad's got to buy his clothes and not me, because finding taller
68.
clothes is a little harder to do. Well, my oldest ended up being 6'2",
20.
which is not too bad, other than he wears a 29 waist and a 34 length
61.
inseam in his jeans. Finding that combination is hard because even 29s are a little big on him around the waist. He is skin and bones, that kid. But I thought, nope, that's his dad's responsibility, no longer mine. He wants to go move with his dad. His dad needs to take on that responsibility. Until my son, during high school, decided to become 6'5" at the 46 inseam, and our pants in our Walmarts and other clothing store only go to a 34 inseam. So it's like, yikes.
36.
So buying my older son's school clothes, I hated it, especially near the end. Bingo for Miss Norma. I see ya, honey. And Miss Norma's numbers again are, I feel out of place here with Miss Norma. Where are you? Norma is 15, 20, 30, 45, and 75. Congratulations, Norma. That is a good bingo. Let's just double check the chat to make sure we got everybody. Juju's only congratulating Norma, so I'm going to assume she's my only one. Oh, wow. That's pretty awesome, Juju. So Norma's the only bingo I see, so we're going to go ahead and reset the board. We'll give it a quick shuffle. And good luck, everybody.
70. 25.
I think in high school, only one of my teachers I had, my mom also had.
20.
Now, I have no clue if, well, I know that teacher wouldn't have gone to school with my grandparents because my grandparents originally lived in
39.
Ottawa and then moved to where they moved to here in Ontario,
17.
Southern Ontario, when my mom was in grade 8, I think it was, 7 or 8.
42.
So my grandparents would not have gone to school with that same teacher.
59.
But I do know my mom had this one teacher. I had the same teacher, and so did my one brother.
40. 11.
And those are the teachers you like to get because you know
66.
they're in it for the love of teaching. I find when it's a high turnover rate of teachers,
6.
like in one particular school where every couple of years you're getting like a whole new, half the teachers are
65.
different than they were 2 years prior kind of thing. You know, it's those ones are only in it for the money and they don't stick around.
60. 26.
Oh, I think I know my
31.
grandfather on my mom's side. He went to a Catholic school
4.
with nuns, and I know it was a 2-story building at least because the one nun threw when my
69.
grandfather was either 5 years old or in grade 5. I can't remember which. I know it involves a 5. I don't
55.
remember which way. I think he was 5 years old. They threw him down a flight of stairs, and due to it, he got polio in his one leg. And I know his one leg was about 4 inches shorter than his other leg because of it. Juju's got 3. BJ's got 2. My grandmother,
64.
I don't know what type of schooling she had growing up. Never heard
75.
stories about it, so I couldn't tell you. But and that's the only story I know about my grandfather.
51.
Like with his schooling was, and like I said, I don't recall if the story when he was 5 years old or in grade
3.
5. For some reason I'm thinking actually grade 5, and I think that's when he decided to quit school because no one would believe him what
7.
happened or whatever, or no one would do anything to help the situation. And
68.
my great grandparents were still making him go to school and stuff like that. And from what I also understand is
14.
my mom's dad's, my grandfather on my mom's side, his family, his parents were wealthy from what I
12.
understand.
35. 13.
Oh wow. Juju's got 4.
33.
But yeah, from what I understand, my grandfather's family was pretty wealthy. I know my grandfather at one point was
22.
a lifeguard at the public pool where they lived. He had his lifeguard
27.
license and all that kind of stuff. So all my aunts and uncles learned to swim, which
21.
okay, I can't say all my aunts and uncles learned how to swim because my oldest aunt, she's mentally disabled. I've gotten into that story in the
34.
past. It was all due to my grandmother falling down a flight of stairs very late in the pregnancy. Cord ended up wrapping around
32.
my aunt's throat, and she lost oxygen for the last little bit of her life, and it meant she
36.
became mentally disabled from birth. So she didn't get to learn to swim. All my other aunts and uncles learned to
56.
swim because my grandfather would pick them up and throw them in the water and teach them how to swim, which I don't agree
19.
with that method, but some people did back then. And the sad thing is, when my mother was 14,
24.
my uncle Eddie would have been 16, and my aunt Rita would have been
47.
17 or 18. I think she was 18. She was getting married, and my grandmother has
37.
the family has a picture of my uncle Eddie in his blue dress shirt with his black tie, and he was 16 at
73.
the wedding, and we lost him shortly thereafter due to drowning.
15.
Juju's got bingo. I see you, honey. Let me get my mouse in the place. Okay, pause. And Juju's numbers, as we know, are row 10 down. So 10, 25, 40, 55, and 70. Congratulations. That is a good bingo. And I do believe you are the only one. Okay, you're saying no bingo? Yeah, Juju, you got bingo. 10 down. Why are you saying no bingo, sweetie? Oh, you got bingo now. Yeah, you're good, honey. I paused it. Your 10 is flashing. You're good. Unless you put it in a little too early. I got you, sweetie. You're all good. I'm confirming your bingo is a good one. Anyhow, Juju is the only one I see. She must have got trigger happy and hit it before the 10 actually got called. But it was called. It's flashing. It's all good. So let's go ahead and reset the board. Confirm. And good luck, everybody.
69.
But yeah, from what I understand with my uncle that drowned, him and a bunch of
34.
friends were at the one public park area swimming, which was off of Georgian Bay.
36.
And there was a rock that I guess was kind of out of the water, so kids always dove off of it, from what I understand.
24.
But they always dove off at the one side. And one of my uncle's male friends said, "Oh, dive off this side. It's deeper or whatever, right?" And my uncle, from what I understand, was a bit of a daredevil type guy and decided to jump off that side of the rock and never came back up. I guess the undertow there was
48.
pretty severe, and it took him. I do believe his body was
31.
retrieved a significant ways away from where they were swimming.
15.
He washed up on shore fairly far down. So it was a significant undertow from what I
63.
understand. And of course, my grandfather took it very, very hard. Then when all of us kids were born, like all of us grandkids, my grandmother banned us from swimming in
47.
Georgian Bay at either one of the beaches. We were not allowed. If she ever found out we swam there, she would have freaking
11.
hide us from head to toe. And my grandmother's native, so she would have done it. Believe me, she would have done it. And it's just like, thank goodness at the time,
38.
the funeral home, like when my grandparents approached them and talked to them,
50.
they gave them like next to nothing charge to do his funeral and his
49.
burial and all that. Thank goodness. But it was a hard time for my grandparents. That's definitely, and my aunts and uncles and my mom.
6.
And I know
54.
at I believe it was my grandmother's funeral, the one that
13.
that dared my uncle to jump off the other side of the rock, he was at my grandmother's funeral because, he'd been friends with the
28.
family since we moved to Southern Ontario. And he was there for my grandmother's funeral.
26.
And when he went to the casket, he just broke down with my grandma and he apologized so severely, for, in his eyes, causing my uncle's death.
20.
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't get to meet that uncle. I think he would have been a hoot, to be honest with you.
53.
Like I said, he was the rebel of the family. Him, my mom, and then my uncle underneath her were the three. They were not allowed to play outside together. They would literally, in the barns, would swing from rope to rope
41.
across the hay stacks on top of the barn. I do know my mom one time had to go running in the house to get to my
44.
grandfather because one of the uncles, I don't know if it was the older one or the younger one, fell off the hay bale when they landed, and they were kind of hanging suspiciously not good from the rope in the hay barn. At one point, one of my uncles, I think the one that actually passed away that drowned, they were throwing rocks in the barn when they knew right well they were not supposed to, and a window got
59.
broke, and my grandfather knew it was one of the three, but didn't know which one did it because they were all out
36.
playing together. And the one that my Uncle Eddie, the one we lost, he'd already been in trouble
64.
recently twice and knew if he got in trouble a third time, he was going to be in really, really
29.
big trouble. Like, I mean, severely, and back then beaten. And so my mother, of course,
32.
My family was Catholic growing up. And in Sunday school, I guess the week prior to the
52.
barn window incident, in Sunday school, they were taught more or less take
71.
the burden off of your fellow man or whatever, something along that line. So my mother knew her brother
40.
would be in deep, deep trouble had my grandfather found out it was him. So my mother
45.
confessed and said she did it. My mother got a week's worth of grounding. No big deal. She did her week. at the dinner table 1 week later, that uncle, my Uncle Eddie, kind of nudged my mom, and under his breath, so he thought, said, "Oh, thanks, sis. I'm glad, you made it through that week for me," and blah, 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 blah. And then, of course, my other Uncle Bruce, like, "Yeah, you did a real good job there, Kathy. I know who to turn to next time I need bailed out, right?" Well, my grandfather heard all this conversation going through those three children, and all of a sudden, forks landed on the table, and he's like, "What are you three talking about? Like, what did you do? Blah, blah, blah," right? Come to find out, my mom lied. She didn't break the window, so she got another week's grounding. My Uncle Bruce got a week grounding for not confessing because he knew who did it. And my Uncle Eddie got 3 weeks grounding and got a beating. And it's like, oh my goodness. And of course, then, my grandfather and my grandmother are like, "Kathy, why would you take the blame for Eddie breaking the window and blah, blah, blah?" And that's when she said, "Well, at Sunday school, we were taught this. And, I knew he'd get in big trouble and so on and so on. I didn't want him to. And it was an accident." And oh, yeah, when I heard that story, I thought, yeah, you three were bad. Well, Juju's got 3. Norma's got 4. Then I know once my Uncle Eddie, like I said, he's the older one of those 3. Once he started school, because they lived out in the country, they had a little bus that, picked up all the farm kids. And Eddie convinced my mom in the morning to climb up the tree. My mom had never climbed a tree before, by the way. So she could see the bus coming from up the road to let Eddie, because Eddie and my Uncle Bruce were kind of running around playing, but he didn't want to miss the school bus. So he sent my mom up the tree to watch for the bus. And when she saw it up the other laneway to yell, "Okay, here comes the bus." And my uncle would get ready and be at the side of the road. That was fine. They got her up the tree. My 2 uncles played on the ground.
70.
Finally, my mom, I guess, yelled the bus was coming. So my uncle went to the road, got on, they said bye to them, and got on the bus and went to school. A little while later, my Uncle Bruce goes into the house
22.
to let Grandma know they were kind of hungry and if they could have a snack. They were out in the backyard or backfield playing, blah, blah, blah. So Grandma gave him a couple apples or oranges or whatever the fruit was, and
21.
off he went and played by himself in the yard. Well, bingo for Miss BJ or Mr. BJ. I got you, honey.
35.
And BJ's numbers are, I hope that did pause, are row 9 down. So 9, 24, 39, 54, and 69. Congratulations. That is a good bingo. And I do believe I have another one on the board. Let me see. Yep, Mr. Bill. And Bill's new numbers are 15, 21, 28, 63, and 74. And I wrote 75 in my book. I better fix that. I know it was 74. So congratulations, guys. Those are good bingos. Let's go ahead and double check to make sure I got everybody. You guys are both welcome. So we have BJ and we have Bill, correct? Yep, those are the only ones I see. So congratulations, guys. I'm going to go ahead and reset the board. Good luck, everybody.
17.
So anyhow, yeah, my Uncle Bruce went off in the yard, ate both the fruit, played, whatever.
14.
Finally came in and was like, "Mom, we're getting hungry. Can we have sandwiches for lunch?" And
54.
went and got their sandwiches, and he's like, "I'm going to go take a Kathy's, and we're going to keep playing, whatever. We're having a lot of fun, blah, 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 blah." Off he went, ate both sandwiches. Then finally, Eddie gets off the bus.
61.
My mom's up in the tree crying, from what I understand. Bruce left her up there all day long. He even went and got an afternoon snack, which in the afternoons they were allowed cookies or
45.
muffin or, whatever kind of sweet Grandma had, like not a healthy snack, but a little more indulgent type snack. And again, he ate them all. My mom never came in because they were young. They used to pee in the bush kind of thing, the boys and the girls. So Grandma never thought anything of, Mom not coming in the house to go to the bathroom or anything like that. And yet my Uncle Bruce let them up there, and Uncle Eddie got off the bus, and all of a sudden he heard this noise, and he thought, "What the heck do I hear?" And all of a sudden my mom yells, "Eddie, I'm gonna get you.
30.
Get me out of this tree." And I thought, oh my God, my grandmother was gonna kill them too.
1.
Like I said, those three after that, I don't think we're allowed to ever play again together. Literally, when my mom went outside to play, the other ones had to be in the
28.
house. Then when they went out to play, my mom had to be in the house. They would not allow those three kids to play together. They were so bad. And I said to her, like, oh my goodness, some of the stories my mom has told me.
39.
But when you come from a family of 8 kids, ooh, sounds like my neighbor just dropped something and it broke. Norma's got 1, Bill's got 1, BJ's got 3. But yeah, when you come from a family of 8 kids, and then you get
24.
Well, my aunt, the one that's mentally handicapped. Then my Aunt Rita, the one that got married. And then under her was my Uncle Eddie, the one we lost due to drowning. And then there was my mom, my Uncle Bruce.
63.
So yeah, those were classified as all the older kids. Then there was a little bit of a gap. And then there was my
21.
Aunt Joanne, Uncle Larry, and then my Uncle Peter. Now I'm 51. My Uncle Peter, I believe, is now 56. So he was 5. So there's a big gap between him and my Uncle Larry, who we've also lost now due to COVID.
37.
We lost him 5+ years ago now. But yeah, like, and Rita was all the snooty one, you know, like, in her eyes, she was Grandpa's little princess. She could get away with everything and had to do nothing to help out around the house, especially when it came to cleaning or taking care of the smaller kids and stuff like that. And if she wanted to go hang out with her friends, all she'd do was kind of bat her eye at my grandfather and got away with it, from what I understand.
13.
And my mom hated her, and still to this day honestly does. But it's like, yeah,
6.
you get the next 3 kids, they were bad. I don't know what Aunt Joanne, Uncle Larry, and Uncle Peter were like as kids growing up, because they were more closer in age, those 3. But those other 3, they were bad kids.
25.
Especially when they lived out in the farms, and it was just like, oh my goodness.
18.
We gotta love when, you know, you get stories like that from our parents or our grandparents and stuff, and you sit there and think,
71.
like, oh my goodness, like, I haven't done nearly that bad. And Juju's got 1.
69.
That's why whenever I did do anything bad and got
57.
caught, by then I knew the stories from my mom, so I throw those back in her face. I was like, well, you used to do this.
62.
And of course, you know, oh, do we got a bingo there? Did I miss it? Yep, Mr. BJ again.
32.
Well, that was another pretty quick one. And again, BJ's numbers are 9, 24, 39, 54, and 69. Congratulations, BJ. That is a good bingo, and I absolutely know there is nobody else. But I will double check just to be safe. Nope. Yep, BJ's the only one, so we're going to go ahead and reset the board. Confirm. And good luck, everybody.
3.
But yeah, like, I think back then, especially like growing on a farm and you got lots
28.
of siblings, there's so much more you could do that, you know, kids nowadays, A, wouldn't even think about doing, or B, wouldn't get away with at all. Like, they'd be caught instantly if they tried that kind of stuff nowadays. Where our parents or our grandparents, yeah, okay.
23.
Hello, Susanna, I'm assuming. Let me double check, because I think you are new to me. You are. So let me get you in my book. I need 5 numbers from you, sweetie.
57.
1 through 75. Okay, let me get you written in my book.
64.
See.
67.
Anna. Yeah, so welcome, honey. I'm glad you made it.
72.
Like I said, write in the chat 5 numbers, 1 through 75. It could be a column down. It could be, you know, one right after the other. Like myself, I do 40 through 44. I've had those
31.
numbers. Okay, thank you very much for your numbers. These numbers will stay in effect to the end of this month. Then, as of the 1st of September, we will be, all the bingo hosts will be, gathering up your new numbers. I do have a post with a spot to give me your new numbers for the next quarter. But these numbers will follow through till then. I do ask that if you're keeping your same numbers, still put them in. I have a spot for 5 numbers, 1 through 75. I also have a spot for 10 numbers, 1 through 90. I don't host 15 ball. I'm not a big fan of it, honestly, so I don't host it. I do 5 and 10.
20.
If you guys are keeping your same numbers, which I know some of you guys do, still please go in and put in your numbers for the next quarter. Once I put a heart under it, you guys then know I have you in my book. And
53.
That's another reason I keep track in a book, is because, like I said, I run everything off of one device. So I have multiple windows open.
26.
So the least amount of windows, the better. Because obviously, trying to have the bingo board window open and the number board open, it's a bit of a pain in the rump, as we all know. So yeah,
49.
I keep track in the book. But thank you for coming in. Then how did you find me, by the way? Like I said, I don't think I've ever had you in my bingo before. If I have, I do apologize.
70.
I have. Sorry about that. I had you last quarter. I just went back and looked. So I guess you've been with me for a while. So scratch all that, please. It's been so long since I posted. I do apologize, guys, again. Like I said, my hubby gets 6 weeks of holidays. We only take 3, and we go
22.
camping all 3 weeks. And then, of course, while we're gone for 9 days, I get backed up on YouTube video, people I follow and stuff. So got to get caught up on that. And then the amount of crocheting and knitting I'm doing this summer is a little more on the higher amount than I normally would have on the go at any given time. And I'm attempting to do gardening this year for the first time. So I've been busy. So when I get to sit and just chill for a bit, I take it.
11. 70.
Oh, did you? I could see them doing something like that. Like, I imagine my aunts and uncles, well, more of my uncles and my mom probably did something like that as well. I just don't recall if I ever heard stories similar to that, but I can guarantee probably did. Like I said, like
47.
when my aunts and uncles were younger, they lived in Ottawa and Hall, Quebec and stuff. So
38.
yeah, they get some pretty decent winters there, especially way back in, the 60s, 50s.
63. 16.
Did I?
39.
Oh, we have a bingo. Sorry, honey. I just saw that. Let's pause. And that was for Susanna. Well, that was quick, sweetie. Very quick on your part for the first round. And the numbers again are 3, 13, 26, 41, and 67. Thank you guys for putting that in the chat because it went by so quickly. I didn't even see it. I do apologize. Wow, that was a fast one on your part. I get chatting and, we lose track of the chat, especially if it's someone, new. And again, I do apologize and you're very welcome. Okay, come on, chat. Go to the bottom, would you? Thank you. Okay, I am pretty sure that is the only one. Let me just quickly double check all of you. Oh, Joe, you got a goose egg, honey? 8, 24, 37, 54, and 68. You did too, sweetie. Oh, I am so sorry. Yeah, it was still 40-something numbers, but it seemed really, really quick. Okay, I think that is the only bingo. And again, congratulations. We're going to go ahead and reset the board. Confirm. Good luck, everybody.
26.
Yeah, and congratulations, Joe, on the goose egg.
Eight. 38.
And, like, the funny,
14.
one thing I think of is, like, myself being in my early 50s, but my brothers and I and my friends,
67.
we always played outside as, young kids and into our teens. Well, in our teens, we'd kind of walk the streets up and down the main drag and hang out and hit the pool hall and whatever. And my kids would play outside, but I was always out there with them until they got to, I don't know what age, I can't remember. But you look at a 5-year-old now and say, go outside and play.
58.
They'll look at you and say, go outside, play. And they'll have like a stunned look, like, what do you mean, go outside and play? What is that? But, those electronic things that go on nowadays. Like, kids don't realize, how much fun we had.
54.
Like, one thing I remember as a teenager was my friends and I all had bikes. We lived in a small town where my parents moved to when they got off the farm and stuff.
17.
And it was only a population of under 5,000 people. It was kind of small, but it was stretched out a good ways.
29.
And one thing we used to do is, my friends and I, we'd meet up at whomever's
19.
house. Yeah, exactly. What's outside, Mom? Like, is that from the Stone Age? Like, I don't
28.
understand. But when I was like a teenager, my friends and I, we'd all get together with our bikes. And then we'd pick the block radius. It's usually about a 6x6 block radius, roughly. And we decided, okay, well, whoever's house we met up that day was the person that would be it first. We had to count to like 200. I know, ask a kid nowadays count to 200, even 100. They're like, count? Huh? But we count to like 200. All the friends would disperse on their bikes. Gone. Like, once you're done your 200 and you open your eyes and you look, nobody to be found. So then we'd have to go on our bike and go and find them. And we'd be biking all over the place. And then once we spot someone, we had to call them out on it. And then they had to go back to, whomever's house was the starter house for that day. And till you caught the last person. And yeah, we used to play hide and go seek on our bikes all the time. It was fun. Oh my goodness, a population of 4,000 or 1,000? Wow.
25.
TJ. Oh, poor people, 996 cows.
7.
Yeah, we used to play tag on bikes, well, more or less. Oh, hide and go seek, we'd have to actually touch them, but if all of a sudden, I'm driving up one of the roads on my bike or riding up one of the roads and then they go across on one of the other roads, I could quickly call them, I caught you, Joe Blow kind of thing. And especially if they reacted so they heard you, because sometimes they pretend like they don't hear you call their name. But yeah, we used to play hide and go seek / tag on our bikes. And loved it. We did that most summers, like
32.
almost daily. Oh,
27.
I would say so. Definitely don't blink. Well, I know I come from a very large family. Okay. I don't know if I've ever told you guys this story. Like I said, I've got, in total, there was 8 aunts and uncles in total. Counting my mom, like my grandparents had 8 kids. Minus my oldest aunt, like I said, who's mentally disabled. The uncle we lost at age 16. And my youngest uncle. So at least 5 other aunts and uncles total, counting my mom. Each one of those ones had 3 kids each. So that's 15 grandkids. So there's 15 cousins. Then there is
21.
Probably about 40
9.
or close to 40. I'd have to actually sit and count, and I don't feel like doing it. About 40 great cousins.
69.
Like all of our kids. There's about 40. And then
64.
1, 2, 3 of the cousins have their kids. So we have great cousins now, or in my case, great nephews on the one side, because my one niece has 3 boys. 2 of my other cousins are now grandparents as well, because their kids have had
23.
kids. So there's, a good size. That's my mom's side. My dad's
30.
side. Oh, that's another story. Believe me, it was hard for me to get in trouble growing up without getting caught.
36.
My dad's side. My grandparents had 18 kids. 3 of them
66.
girls, 15 boys. Cousins. So the first generation of cousins, my generation
65.
of cousins, there were 84 of us. Great cousins. There's
52.
over 100 of them. Great cousins. I think we're sitting at roughly
62.
35 to 45 great cousins. So many of my cousins
35.
are grandparents now. And it's like, yeah. And out of all of us cousins, I'm kind of dead middle of all of us. So I had the same amount older and younger roughly than me. I'm one of the middle cousins. So yeah,
5.
needless to say, you blinked or you sneezed, you played hooky from school, your parents found out because somebody in your family saw you. And like I said, Allegheny was in a town of 4,000 people. So
72.
yeah, we ruled the town, needless to say.
37.
At the time of growing up, my dad's family was the biggest one in town. But again,
61.
you could get caught real quick doing something because one of your aunts or uncles caught you somewhere. And it's like, because you knew the cousins weren't the ones ratting us out. It was the aunts and uncles that would rat us out. And it's like, dang it. Yep, typical for a small town.
$40. $3.
Oh, wow, did you? Oh, no, well, at 12 years old, I was babysitting. I had my
44.
babysitting license, and I was allowed to go to people's homes and babysit and stuff. Oh, we got a bingo with Suzanne. Yeah. Okay. Numbers are 3, 13, 26, 41, and a 67. Congratulations, Susanna. That one's going to take me a moment to remember your name, honey. If I mispronounce it, I do apologize. Let me double check the chat. See if there was anybody else. I'm only seeing... Oh, we got Julie. Juju's also got a bingo. Yes, Julie does. Or Juju does. Row 10 down. 10, 25, 40, 55, and 70. That is also a good bingo. And I do think those would be the only 2. Yep, that's all I see. So let's go ahead and reset the board. Confirm. Good luck, everybody. We'll probably do this game and one more, I think.
45.
Yeah, like I said, like at age 12, I had got my babysitting course and would babysit
46.
for different friends, like my mom's friends' kids and stuff, like whatever. My mom would babysit these kids during the week because she ran a daycare at her home for a lot of years of my life, and I babysat them usually weekends, the same kids. So I grew up with them for many years. So like they knew me, I knew them, the parents knew me.
20.
So I loved it. And then another story about my parents.
70.
We got a part of the river that goes through town. But if you get on this trail
32.
at a specific spot by the river, you walk through the woods. I'm guessing with all the twists and turns and up and down little hills, you're probably walking about 2 miles out of town. But you're still kind of sort of parallel with the river. We had
33.
first plateau, second plateau, third plateau is what they were called. There were little clearings in the woods. Third plateau, you had to kind of go around this one tree the way the path went. Why it went that way and not kind of through the woods a little more, I don't understand, but that's the way it went.
49.
Where you're literally, the balls of your feet were the only part that were on this little part of the trail. And again, why it went that way, I don't know. Anyhow, my parents used to party there as teenagers.
25.
Myself and my one brother, we used to party there as teenagers.
30.
Thank goodness my kids did not grow up there, because I have a feeling they would have partied there as teenagers too. I do now know where the trail starts. There's a gate across it, and there's a sign that now says private property,
20.
no trespassing. So I haven't been out there since I was like 18. But I partied out there many times, same spot where my parents partied. And I looked at my mom and say, we're going partying this weekend on the third plateau. And she's like, okay, have fun. So she knew where we were. So if she ever had to come get us or find us for whatever reason, she knew exactly where to go. Because like I said, her and my dad used to party there all the time as teenagers growing up. They were bad kids. And I learned from them without even knowing the stories.
26.
It was pretty wild, especially when like my group of friends would go out, and then my one brother,
72.
who's the fourth youngest technically out of 5 of my siblings. I've got 4 younger brothers actually, but my third youngest brother, his friends, who he's 3 years younger than me, by the way, his friends would also come out and party, so we'd have a big group of partying. Like I was 18, so you figure my brother was 15. We're out there partying together, drinking.
6.
All underage, because at that time legal drinking age was 19. So yeah, like I was doing it at 17, 18. I think I even went party there when I was 16, probably. Underage.
19.
But again, when you come from a large family and you've got many cousins older than you, I had no problem getting alcohol as a teenager. And my dad's side of the family,
53.
a lot of the males were alcoholics. And I hate to say it, but some of my cousins were too.
9.
So yeah, getting alcohol for at least me and my brother when he was coming was not a problem.
57.
Like I'd pay for it. Like I said, I babysat, so I had babysitting money. I'd actually paid for my alcohol, but we were bad. I loved growing up in a small town. That's why I'm kind of glad my kids grew up in a big, huge city. Because my kids are actually well behaved compared to the way I was or my parents were.
40.
And the funny thing is, too, both my kids, because they're from different dads, their dads both grew up here in the city, and both their
75.
grandparents, that's the grandparents, grew up here in the city. So none of them knew country life whatsoever.
67.
But oh, to be young and stupid. Oh, Juju's got a bingo. I see you, honey.
34.
Pause. And Juju's numbers again are row 10 down. So 10, 25, 40, 55, and 70. Congratulations. That is a good bingo. And I do believe Miss Norma's got a bingo too. Oh, excuse me. Is Norma still here with us? Is Miss Norma here? I do believe she's got a bingo. Let me double check Norma's numbers. Norma, where are you? Seriously, where are you, Norma? I lost you. Norma's numbers are, if she's still here, I've got the bingo board pulled up instead of the actual chat. But I've got Norma down with 15, 20, 30, 45, and 75. So if Miss Norma is here with us, she's also got a bingo. If she's not, she still's got the bingo. So we'll congratulate Norma, because I don't know if she's still with us. I haven't seen her in the chat for a while. Have you guys? But congratulate Norma. Oh, there she is. Okay, honey. I do see you now. Congratulations, guys. Those were good bingos. We're going to go ahead and reset the board. This will be the last game for me for today, I do think. So, reset. Let's give it a shuffle. And good luck, everybody.
63.
And I thank you guys for coming out. I know it's, yeah, I see she put in bingo. I just
66.
missed it originally, but I knew by looking at the board she had it. You know how it is as hostess. We remember certain
73.
people's numbers off by heart kind of thing. But I do apologize again for not being around as much. Like I said, summer life. I do plan in the fall being here more. And I definitely thank you guys for joining my pop-up. I just decided, what the heck? Why not? Like I said, I know a lot of the other hostess do 10 and 15. Some do the 5-ball, but it's very rare.
71.
And I thought, let's throw up a 5-ball just for fun.
17.
Now, Miss JoJo, are you doing anything this afternoon or this evening?
12.
Are you doing bingo or any resin or anything today?
13.
I'm actually going to be doing some maybe demoldings. I know you did some resin pours last night. Did you not? I do believe you did.
6.
So if you are going to do something, you've already got the thumbnail up, you know, you can drop it in here. We'll
19.
go over and harass you. We got no problem with that. But I hope you guys all enjoyed
27.
yourself and had fun. Like I said,
5.
definitely gonna try and get back in rhythm of things. And like I said, my husband's got another week of holidays starting on the 5th is Sunday, so 6th is Sunday, so starting on the 4th. So I won't be around from the 4th of September through to the 11th of September, I believe, is when we'll be coming home.
26.
No, I don't know it at all, BJ. Sorry.
59.
So yeah, once we're on holidays for the last weekend, as you guys, some of you know, we don't have internet out at the camper. We literally go out there to unwind, disconnect, you know, be one with nature kind of thing. So, I can't join you guys for anything
22.
you guys may do online, but I always come back. I do promise.
34.
Well, thank you. I don't mind hosting. Like I said, once
37.
I get done, my husband gets done his other week of holidays. Like I said, he only takes 3 out of the 6. Just because 6 is way too many. And he works the other 3, so technically he gets paid for working those 3 weeks. Plus, this company does a buyout for the 3 weeks of or whatever holiday time he doesn't use. So he technically gets paid twice for those 3 weeks. So, hell, we'll take it. But yes, come September, I do plan on trying to be out here more with lives and stuff. I pretty much have videos planned out for every day of the week, more or less.
49.
So, hey, consider maybe playing some of those videos for me. I'd appreciate it. Even if you guys are doing dishes or laundry or, you know, got to run out to the store and pick up groceries, throw one of my videos on or whatever. 65. I'd really, really appreciate that. But I do plan on hopefully getting more lives going come September.
41.
And we'll see how it goes from there. Definitely still going to be pop-ups for the time being.
38.
Oh, yeah.
57.
Well, unfortunately, with my husband's and my son's job, they don't get...
42.
Well, I know they get time and a half if there's holidays, like if they work holidays. But they don't have to work the holidays, like Canada Day or Easter Monday or Good Friday or whatever it is. I think it's Good Friday they get off. So if they decide to work it because they run a limited shift, then they do get time and a half. My husband will sometimes work different holidays, like family days. We have a family day holiday now in February. And my husband will sometimes work it. Like, up to Easter weekend, he may work the extra holiday shift here and there.
74.
But pretty much from March, April-ish area through to September,
58.
October area-ish. And October is Thanksgiving, so sometimes he'll do that
46.
run, sometimes he won't. But anywhere through, like I said, March through October, he doesn't pick up those holiday shifts. Just because a lot of times we're at the camper. So it's like, yeah, I'm not working them.
29.
Oh, Mr. Bill's got 4, everybody. It's like, I'm getting that last one.
33. 11.
But yeah, like definitely you didn't work, or did work over the holidays.
44.
Oh wow. My mom
36.
growing up, like when I was growing up, she worked in group home for like overnight staff
24.
for mentally handicapped people. And when my mom went for the interview
72.
originally, one of the first questions was, what makes you think you're qualified for this
54.
job? And as I told you, as my oldest aunt Sally, my grandmother fell down a set of stairs,
39.
metal black stairs outside covered in snow at like 7.5 months pregnant.
25.
And due to it, the cord wrapped around my aunt's neck. Oh, BJ's also got 4. And that was my grandparents' first child. So when my mom got asked at her interview, what makes you think you're qualified? She grew up, well, whatever age she was at the time, she's like, well, bingo for Miss Norma. And I do believe that got paused. Miss Norma again.
61.
Nope, it did not. I do apologize. I thought I clicked it. There we go. And then Miss Norma again is 15, 20, 30, 45, and 75. Congratulations. Let me just double check the chat. Oh, BJ also got a bingo, I'm assuming. Yes, BJ also did. Thank you for letting me know. BJ is row 9 down. So 9, 24, 39, 39. Okay. 54 and 69. Congratulations. That's also a good bingo. You guys are both very welcome. Oh, no problem. I don't mind hosting. Like I said, I do plan on picking up more episodes, I guess you could say, after beginning of September. Anyways, going back to my story real quick. So congratulations, everybody. Bingo's over. But if you want to stick around for the quick story, please do. If not, thanks for coming by. But yeah, they asked my mom what she thought her qualifications were. And she goes, well, I've been around someone who's mentally handicapped my whole life. And they looked at her and goes, well, what makes you think that qualifies? She goes, because it's my older sister. I was hands-on with her. Like I looked after all my siblings and her growing up. So it's like, yeah, she got the job instantly. You're very welcome. I'm glad you guys all had fun. I'm glad you guys all came out to visit. I do appreciate it. A reminder, like I said, I do have the post up for both your 5 numbers and your 10 numbers, which will go in the book, but they will be for starting, especially if you're changing your numbers. Those numbers do not come in effect till the 1st of September. And who knows, maybe we'll get 1 or 2 games in before hubby and I go away for the 9 days to the camper. Like I said, I think Joe's doing something later this evening, so definitely keep an eye out for Joe to pop up for something. You never know with her. Again, I thank you guys all for coming out. I do miss you guys, and I do apologize big time for not being around as much as I used to. But, we've all said, life happens, right? Things go on. We got lives. It's not like we're, neglecting you guys on purpose. But I am out of here. I've got to get something to eat. My stomach's starting to grumble. And I will see you guys on the YouTube streets. Bye, everybody. I love you. Thank you again for coming out.